Russia's foreign minister has accused America of trying to blackmail Moscow into agreeing on a tough resolution on Syria's chemical weapons. Well, as forces loyal to the Assad regime continue to battle rebels on the outskirts of Damascus, Sergei Lavrov has said that the West is blinded by its goal of regime change and not the issue of the country's chemical stockpile. Well, let's get more on this. We can talk now to Walid Maalouf, who's a former US representative to the UN. He joins us now live from Washington. A very good evening to you. Thanks so much for talking to us tonight. Russia's foreign minister's comments today don't bode well for agreement on the issue of Syria's chemical weapons at the UN, do they?
I don't think so, because the situation is not only the chemical weapons in the mind of many people, especially in the region. It is also the presence of the president of Syria and his government that needs to be changed. So the situation will move to a resolution. The West is refusing or is not able to participate in this change. I think the Saudis and the Gulf Cooperation Council, led by the Saudis, needs to step into the plate and manage the chaotic political and economic situation that is going on in the region. And I believe that they need to also take care of the financial in the region. So in moving Bashar al-Assad from his position, they will assess the influence of Iran in that particular region, and they let go of the Russian plan, because the Russian plan, as Sergei Lavrov explained today, that he's willing to send troops, Russian troops, to Syria to protect the UN groups that are going to go in to identify the locations of the chemical weapons. And I think the West should not accept that, because they will be going into this cover to protect Bashar al-Assad. And Bashar al-Assad is becoming a burden on the region. He's a destabilizing force in the region, in my opinion. In Turkey, and because of several reasons, religious, economic, political, even, ideological. Like, for example, in Turkey, there is a town just next on the border, on the Syrian-Turkish border, called Tayahya, and it is largely from his background religion, Alawites. And if those people will get involved in the Syrian conflict, then the Turkish government will get involved. Same thing in Jordan. Economically, Jordan is very weak. With 500,000 Syrian refugees is a big burden economically, and this might trigger problems in Jordan. As well, in Lebanon, already there is a big fight between the Sunni and the Shia, etc. So this is why I believe that the Saudis needs to step up to the plates and take on control and make this change.
Okay, so you think that the US and other countries should take a different course of action. However, they have signed up to this plan with the Russians to try and rid chemical weapons from Syria, and they want to have a UN resolution behind that. Is it possible that there can be a UN resolution given a disagreement from China and from Russia about a threat of military action to back it up?
Well, if the UN resolution is not under Chapter 7, so Bashar al-Assad is not obliged or forced to implement anything. He can play around, go in from the door, get out from the window, and so on. So there must be a Chapter 7, under Chapter 7, so Bashar al-Assad will implement the international community's will. If there isn't a Chapter 7, he will be able to play around. And today, the Russian has warned him, asking him to implement what he has committed to them. And it is the prestige of the Russians as well. If he will not implement, it is also going to hurt their prestige, not only in the region, but in the world. So I believe that the West should keep pushing on the Chapter 7, no matter what, and I don't believe that the Russian is going to veto it. It will be very embarrassing if they do so.
Okay, Walid Maalouf, former US representative to the UN. Very interesting to hear your views. Thank you.